Hello there friends, I hope that you're doing well. So here we have my VCR from the early 90s. This is a Funai VHS PAL made in Japan, video cassette player VIP 3000, and I wanted to make a video with it because I'm going to throw it away because I don't really have what to do with it anymore. I haven't used it for the past 20 years or so. I haven't even started it in the past 20 years, so I'm going to throw it away, and I wanted to just make a video with it and show it and tell a little story about it. So my parents bought this VCR in the early 90s. Back then the price for this thing was extremely expensive, like you could buy a car with those money, like as much as a high-end device, expensive device like an Oculus Rift S costs now. You can compare this device back then in the 90s, and this was actually also pretty hard to get in Eastern Europe back then, but yeah, it was a luxury item to have. And I watched a lot of movies, cartoons, but sadly after getting cable TV we just dropped it, and we haven't used it since then, except me occasionally. So it has 6 buttons on the right function. This was the on-off button. We have play, so to play the cassette. We have stop, eject the cassette, fast forward and rewind. And here it's saying auto repeat. We can switch it on and off, but I don't remember using this button at all. We have on the bottom 2 volume buttons with one saying picture and one tracking. I have no idea what they do. Tracking, not sure. And here we can enter the cassettes. I have here a cassette, but you need to have it plugged in to actually be able to insert it. So you could just insert it like this. If it was plugged in, it will just grab the cassette and just pull it in, but now it works only like this. So this is how a VHS cassette looks like. And I remember that if you press this button here, you can actually see the bands. Okay, and the thing is, right now it doesn't work, because if I plug it in, if I press function, so the on-off button, it will actually bring up the red color, so it's running. But if I insert a cassette, it will just not grab it and take it in, so it will just deny the cassette. It will just keep it outside. Even if I try to force it, it will still not work, and obviously I can't get to press the play button so it will run the cassette. but it has a lot of mechanism inside. I actually tried to fix it once, like a year ago. I've opened it up and took out all the screws and everything looked okay on the inside, but when I tried to plug it in, it started to make a bit of smoke, and I just took it out immediately because it was looking pretty dangerous, and I don't have like electrician skills to repair them. I thought it was something easy to fix, but it was not the case. So I will just throw it out because it's probably useless and it has no value. I have a thrift store near me that sells these kinds of VHS players, and one that actually works can go even for like less than $10, so maybe $7-8. So if I want that, I can just get one from there, but probably I will not get one. So it's saying on the back, Funai model number VIP 3000A, PAL MS cam, 220 volts, which is the Europe standard. Power consumption 34 watts, made in Japan, serial number, and the warning to not remove covers unless qualified to do so. Definitely a good idea to just not try to, and we have a switch here where we can actually switch the power option to 2020 or 110. So in my case it was always to 220. And we have some jacks, channel selector, high-low, aerial, RF out, video and audio. As I remember, I had only one cable, which I still have, which was connecting here I think, and then on the TV, and then you can actually were able to play the cassettes and just watch the movie. So this device meant a lot to me back then because I didn't have the cable TV in the early 90s, and I actually had a neighbor that had tons of cassettes with movies that were really good back then, like Rambo or Terminator. And usually I would go there and borrow cassettes, and at one point they opened near me a renting store that was renting VHS cassettes, and I would just go there and rent pretty much every 2 days a cassette with usually Disney cartoons. So I've watched pretty much all the Disney cartoons, and then I switched to usually just movies with fighting, like as I said Conan or something like that. I saw them, all of them, and pretty much every good action movie back then, but I didn't knew much about cinematography back then. But yeah, overall this device meant a lot to me, and I'm a bit sad to throw it away, but probably it's for the better, because it's also dangerous to just plug it in and try to fix it. And it's, as I said, it has no value. Probably only some people that are have this hobby to fix old VHS could use something like this just for fun, but for me, I'm just gonna throw it away. So this is the Funai VIP 3000. It was just a basic VHS player, so you could not record on it, you could just play cassettes on it. And this is the only cassette that I still have. I had like 3 or 4 cassettes. As I said, I rented cassettes and I borrowed from my neighbor, and this is the last one. Probably they are not manufactured anymore, but as I said, if you are interested to buy something like this, you could find on thrift stores for about less than $10. So if you're interested, you can go and take a look. So I hope that my video was useful. If you found it useful, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.